Hello and welcome to a Warframe video. In this video I was logging in to get just to do some dailies, and as I log in I acquired the 500th daily tribute, which is the Zenith. And yeah, wow, I didn't even know that I was that into the game, which was interesting. So obviously as soon as I acquired it I was like, well, okay, definitely I'm going to be using it. So as far as its description, it says deploy the radar disc to reveal hidden enemies and then strike with precision shots that punch through all obstacles in the way. Now, as soon as I heard that, I was like, wait a minute, punch through all obstacles in the way? I'm like, wait, what? Is that for real? So obviously, as soon as I acquired the weapon, I first go into the modding screen to mod it. This weapon comes with its own catalyst already installed, and it also doesn't take any weapon slots as well. So if you don't have any weapon slots, you don't have to worry about that. It will be given to you. And yeah, it also comes with a catalyst, and you will actually see that it actually sells in its secondary statistics. It says punch through infinite, which I found very, very interesting. So for basics, this is the first time I ever got this weapon. Obviously, it's unranked. This is where I actually first got my hands on it. So I just decided to go for some basic damage increasers, some split chamber, maybe a little bit of an elemental. This thing has about 30% status chance, so it's definitely a elemental built weapon. Yeah, I'm basically going to see what it actually can do. Now, obviously, after acquiring each weapon, it's it's applied to give it your own little personal look to it. I do like its original colors, but I decided to make them a little bit more bold, maybe like that. Maybe I'll change the colorations or how it looks later on in the game, but yeah, right now I just wanted to give it my own little personal touch, even though it didn't really change that much. But yeah, obviously, when you acquire a weapon, you definitely want to colorize it and then customize it. And on top of that, I also wanted to acquire, I also wanted to use I actually forgot what daily you acquire the Zenith Star, but yeah, I wanted to use the Zenith Star. So basically I was going Zenith and Zenith Star together, because why not? So I went into, I'm doing a basic Saturn Titan survival just to see how the weapon works. Not going to stay too long, just want to see what the weapon does. Now in its primary fire, it kind of shoots like an assault rifle. It kind of feels like a Soma, but with less fire rate. So if a Soma is basically like the machine gun version of Warframe, the Zenith is definitely more like an assault rifle. When shooting its secondary, you will actually see a disc that actually just, I don't know, floats around on the ground, and the weapon itself will turn into a semi-automatic weapon, which will actually consume about 5 ammo per shot. While it's in its semi-automatic form, it'll actually kind of act like a sniper, and it'll deal some decent damage, puncture damage, and like it says, it actually punches through pretty much any obstacle in its way. It literally shoots through anything basically, which I found pretty interesting. Now obviously the what's it called? The disc itself has a limited range of how many enemies it can mark. So you're basically going to have to get used to its range. I don't know if you can increase that range, the range in which it marks enemies, but it does have a range. So I guess you're going to have to start learning to calculate where the what range is that this has to be to mark certain enemies. Obviously you can place it somewhere or where enemies are going to be coming from, and then you can just shoot them through the walls while you're somewhere else. I don't know, I guess. So it does say infinite punch through, so I mean it works against punching through multiple enemies at once. It also punches through Grineer shields, and I've also noticed it also punches through Arctic shields as well, the Arctic Eximus's shields. My hopes is that it also punches through nullifiers, Corpus nullifiers, because that would be amazing. That would mean that I can just kill the nullifiers as soon as they're there, if it has that infinite punch through. It does say infinite punch through, so I imagine, okay, so it pretty much means it can punch through anything. Now, when it does punch through, does it actually reduce its damage, or does it always have to be like a maximum damage no matter how much it punches through? Like I said, I haven't actually checked anything about this weapon. I haven't seen it. I haven't checked it online yet, or seen any builds for it from those who already have it. This is basically just my first time grabbing my hands on this weapon and seeing basically what it does and how it works. And I can honestly say I kind of like it. I do like, I'm okay with Soma's machine gun version style of play. But I do like a gun that's actually like an assault rifle, and I actually have very few weapons that are assault rifle based. I mean, we do have the Sybaris Prime, or I do have the Sybaris Prime, but the Sybaris Prime is a burst rifle. I really like that weapon. It's one of my favorite primary weapons, but I mean, I do like going full auto at times, which, you know, obviously means you just mowing down enemies, and I do like that. So I guess the Zenith does offer that, you know, that feel. It kind of it really, when you get your hands on it, it really feels like an assault rifle. If you're a Call of Duty fan, then you definitely feel at home with this weapon if you're really used to assault rifles. And using its secondary fire to mark enemies, it's kind of like using one of those spy drones to basically mark where enemies are, and then just, you know, mow them down. Maybe use, like, it kind of feels like using a sniper with what's it called, with like armor penetrating rounds or something that basically go through walls and allows you to basically just shoot them through the walls. Never tried that. I'm not really a Call of Duty person, but yeah, that's actually that's basically what it feels like, and I do like the weapon. Now, obviously, I say I like it. I only just got my hands on it. I still need to like max it out, maybe see if it'll need some forma, see how I mean, how it fares against really high level enemies, and see how much I can mod it. Now, obviously, with a 30% status chance, I only applied with a split chamber and a just one status special with high voltage. Just with split chamber and high voltage, I gained about 70% status. So literally, I could give this weapon a 100% status chance with the proper mods, which would be interesting. Now, that's definitely something that might require a forma, but still, it's a weapon, so it shouldn't be that hard to basically level up. And yeah, I actually do like the weapon. So this is my first impressions of the Zenith. I hope you found this interesting. I really hope you good luck to acquiring this weapon. Obviously, that means logging in for 500 days. But yeah, it's a weapon that really has a nice little balance to it. So, thank you for watching. Hope you found this useful. And stay cool, and I'll see you later. Bye!